I'm beginning to fear that Hyun-Woo won't be the only one to cry a bucket of tears over Queen of Tears. It looks like we are in for a waterfall. The recently concluded episode 5 was such an emotional episode. I must admit that I shed a tear. I will be so devastated if something happens to Hae-In in the end. What's more, it looks like Eun-Seong is beginning to suspect something is wrong with Hae-In's health. He is bound to exploit her illness if he finds out about it. He seems to have a strong grudge against the Queen's family. Hyun-Woo and Hae-In are beginning to walk through their misunderstandings, as they open up to one another at the end of the episode. Their kiss was such a healing moment for the couple, and a heartwarming moment for the viewers. It's glaring that they both still love one another, but grew apart after they lost their baby. What's more, Hae-In's auntie is now aware of her illness. Her aunt seems to be the only other reasonable person in the family. From the preview for the next episode, it looks like she will try to help Hae-In from her end by buying herbs, roots, and foods that could help her. Grandfather's girlfriend is gradually beginning to reveal her cards. She must be in cohort with Eun-Seong and Grace O. She must have been the person who asked Grace O to tamper with the wired fence during the family's hunting, to prove that her great shaman is always right. Good thing that Byung-ja is finally looking into her. What's more, the anger Eun-Seong has for the Queen's group must stem from somewhere. He was a benefactor through their scholarship, so there shouldn't be a reason for him to covet the company. It could be that Soo Hyun is his biological mother. He had malice in his eyes while staring at the chairman and Soo Hyun during their charity visit. Eun-Seong has no love for Hae-In. He sees her as a tool for achieving his aim of taking over the group. After finding out how important Hyun-Woo is to both Hae-In and the chairman, he tries to drive a wedge between them with his lies. For them to achieve their devious aim, they need to kick Hyun-Woo out of the family. However, it's crystal clear that Hae-In only has eyes for her husband. After his attempts to separate them fail, he'll try to dig up their secrets. He can be seen snooping around in Hyun-Woo's room. It looks like he will find Hae-In's doctor's card, which she'd given to Hyun-Woo. He now has easy access to carry out his devious plans, as Hae-In's mother gave him residence in their home. It looks like he will manipulate the family through Grace O to break into Hyun-Woo's safe, uncovering his divorce papers. This is going to shake the family's trust in him. Hae-In's mother is a case study. It's hard to believe that a mother would carry such hatred for her daughter for so many years. Hae-In and her late elder brother were involved in a boat accident, which ultimately cost her brother his life. Since then, her mother has blamed her for his death, and her utter belief in Grace O's words, whose main aim is to separate mother and daughter, is not helping matters. However, who else noticed the abject concern on her face when she heard of Hae-In's near-fatal encounter with the wild boar? She's still her mother, after all. This is why she was jealous of Hae-In's relationship with her in-laws, especially her mother-in-law. It's amazing that such a weak family, which can be easily manipulated, achieved such heights of success. Hae-In's brother is selfish and immature. He's the weak link. This is why Eun-Seong will exploit him to his advantage. In his quest to beat his sister, he's bound to fall into their trap. Hyun-Woo had the presence of mind to stop the chairman and his father-in-law from not doing their due diligence. This is bound to annoy Eun-Seong into doing all he can to eliminate Hyun-Woo from the family. Fortunately, Hyun-Woo is reinvestigating what happened during the family hunting. Hopefully, he will find out in time that Grace-O was the one who tampered with the wired fence. Hyun-Woo and Hae-In's story is such an endearing one. Hyun-Woo is a clown. I couldn't help but laugh at how he ran away, after his heart fluttered because of his wife. Hyun-Woo and Hae-In are like most married couples, who drift apart after some years of marriage. Their love and marriage lost their spark after many heartaches and heartbreaks. The loss of their unborn child was the last straw that broke the camel's back. They were so in love and happy to welcome their baby, only to lose it. They both handled their grief differently. Hae-In believed that she had no right to mourn the loss of their baby. Instead, she threw herself into her work. Hyun-Woo, on the other hand, is very emotional and handled his grief differently. Seeing his wife detached over their loss made him believe that she didn't care for their loss. This was the genesis of their detachment from one another. Hyun-Woo thought that he hated his wife for all the times she made him cry, and for all the times she allowed her family to walk all over him. Whereas, all he wanted was to be needed by her. Her vulnerability stirs something in him. This was why he offered to be her protector and provider when he thought she was poor. For someone who jubilated at the news of his wife's impending death, he sure drew a long line on her palm to elongate her lifespan. What's more, he can be seen praying at a church for her wellness. It's a good thing that he realized his feelings for her in the nick of time. I think he could be the reason Hae-In is so adamant about not dying. Maybe, she fears leaving him alone to the wolves in her family. At the end of the recently concluded episode 5, they finally took the first step toward reconnection, by opening up to one another. Before their marriage, Hae-In had promised not to make Hyun-Woo cry, but all Hyun-Woo has done through the years is cry over her and her family. In the preview, they can be seen reconnecting as they walk through the market. What's more, they will end up sharing a room in Germany. After finding out about Hae-In's illness, her aunt will take it upon herself to care for her in her own way. The oblivious Soo Hyun can be seen being oblivious as usual. After Hae-In's viral video in Yeongdeuri, the village will become a hotspot for tourists. What's more, Hae-In's illness will rear its head once again. Hyun-Woo can be seen searching for her, after she disappears from the hospital. This time, Hae-In will believe that her end is near, as she sees her late brother during her hallucination. Hyun-Woo is going to realize how much Hae-In means to him, when he sees a body similar to his wife, lying injured on the ground. He can also be seen in tears, anxiously waiting in the hospital. Why do I feel that the Queen of Tears is going to make the viewers cry a bucket in the end? Do you think Eun-Seong is somehow related to Sulhi? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked this content, give it a like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.